Hello everybody, it's Jim the Gentleman Crafter, and tonight I'm going to show you how to make the box that I did last night on my Ustream show, and I'm going to show you how to do it right, because I am just that kind of a person. I want to show you the right way to do it. Anyway, we had a problem with the lining paper, and Sweet Ozgran figured it out for us. It worked the night before and didn't work last night, so anyway, just wanted to go through that real quick, and I'll talk to you later. See you in a second. Okay, I'm going to take you through this pretty quickly. Let me see where I'm at. And y'all can rewind it if you want to get truly what's going on here. But I'm going to take my pen, and I'm going to take a 12 by 12 piece of paper, and I'm going to go to 1/2 inch on my ruler, on Tim's ruler, love this ruler, and I'm going to mark a 1/2 inch border. I'm going to do the same thing on this side, 1/2 inch border, like that. Just because I think it's easier, you know what I mean? You don't have to do that. You can just measure it and do it yourself, okay? So the next thing I'm going to do is what you want to do is you want to cut 5 pieces that are 3.5 by 3.5. So 5 pieces that are 3.5 by 3.5. And then save this extra little piece that you get on the first cut of your 12 by 12 sheet. So you're going to use one 12 by 12 sheet of medium weight chipboard. And this little piece is about 1/2 inches. Save this little piece that comes off the end, okay? So you want 5 3.5 by 3.5s, okay? So I'm going to run those through the Xyron. You can tape them, you can glue them, however you want to stick them down. This is fast and easy for me, and this is what I'm going to use. And this is the Creative Station from Xyron. If I can find it, there we go. Little piece. Right. Oops. Look at that. Okay, so I'm going to put this away. So the first thing I'm going to do is since I'm using the Xyron, I'm going to go around the edges with my bone folder real quick. So I'm going to do that. This is a quick and easy box, you guys. It's going to be simple. It's simple once you get it down. You can make anything you want. It's just the most cool thing in the whole world. You can do anything. It's the most cool. It's the coolest thing. So I think once you get boxes down, you can do amazing things. So I went around all of them except for that one. So once again, 5 of these guys. I'm just doing that so the adhesive won't stick to the sides. Okay, so I'm going to pull off my first ones. Once again, glue this, glue stick, whatever you want to use. So I'm going to take my ruler, take my first piece off, I'm going to take my ruler, I'm going to get it there, I'm going to center this first piece on this 1/2 inch line here, and on this, that should be 4 1/4-ish. To 7 3/4-ish. That's where it stands or lies. Okay, that one goes there. Unfortunately, it's almost the same color as this background, so I apologize. Take your second piece, pull it off, put your ruler in between as an 1/8 inch gap guide, stick it down, line it up, and stick it down. Okay, and then once again, pull off some more, or glue up some more. Put your ruler in, stick it down, line it up, and I probably got my baseball cap in the middle. I do, don't I? Okay, I'm going to line that up like that. So then I'm going to turn my paper this way. So the boxes are now horizontal. I'll take my other one and put this up here and line it up like so. Okay. And then I'm going to turn it again. So we were working here. I'm going to turn it completely around and do the top. So you're making a cross. Okay. So then I'm going to take this one off, put my ruler up here, and put this, line it up with the top, that middle box, And there you are. There's your cross, right? So I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to, there's the cross. Turn this over and put my brayer to it real quick, just to seal that in a little bit better. Okay? And then I'm going to turn it over, and I cut a 1/2 inch piece of chipboard to use as my guide, and I'm just going to go around this with my white pen. So I'm going to go around, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and mark this so this won't be so confusing for everybody. I'm going to mark this at 1/2 inch on one end. Okay, so that'll be where I'm going to start my ruler. So I'm going to start this here, go down all the way. I'm just making a border around the whole thing. And it doesn't have to be, you can make it a little bit larger, doesn't matter. So just be free. Okay, I'm going to put this here. And once again, oops, over here. And here. And thanks for coming by last night, you guys. We had so much fun. That was so much fun. I love hanging out with you guys. Y'all are hysterical too. So anyway, so you can kind of see my border all the way around the squares. So I'm making a little bit larger cross. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife. You can take your scissors, if I can find my knife. Here it is. I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to cut on those white lines. So I'm leaving a 1/2 inch border all the way around. So I'm cutting on the lines. Cutting on the lines. I am packing up boxes, y'all. I am really working tonight. I've got to get a lot of stuff done in the next few days. So that's why this is like a fast one. But I would be darned if I wasn't going to do this the right way. So anyway, this part was great. You know, the lining, I usually mat. But I was trying that other technique of just lining it with using on paper. That's what got me. But we're going to do it. Thanks to Osgran again for the measurements. I had them wrong in my book. So, I'm sorry. I'm going to use my... So that's what you've got. So I'm going to use my ruler and come up here and touch both corners. This corner and that corner. And then I'm going to use my knife and cut off the edges. If I can move my fingers out of the way. Oops, sorry, I left that off. Oh, I cut it too close. Dad blast it. Anyway. Okay, so like that. We'll fix that. Anyway, so here's that. And once again, line it up and cut it there. Somehow. Like that. Let's see if I can get that piece off. There we go. Okay. And so you're just leaving an 1/8 inch gap in between. That's why you're using the ruler as a guide, just to make sure you leave an 1/8 inch around it. Am I showing? I'm not showing y'all. Sorry. Got one more. I'll show you closer. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the camera. So ruler corner to corner, ruler on each corner, and I'm cutting at this corner and cutting at this corner. Okay, which leaves about an 1/8 inch gap or more sometimes. So then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to use my structure strips. And a structure strip, if you haven't heard me say before, is a 1 inch piece of heavier cardstock. I use Kraft. It's cut at 1 inch. It's scored at 1/2 inch. You can see the score line there, 1/2 inch. And then I put score tape on each side of that. Okay, so I'm going to do these at 3.5 inches. You're going to need 4 of them. There's 1, 2, a little bit up there, 3, and I need 1 more. And 4. So 4 cut at 3.5 inches. Okay, so then I'm going to take that and I fold them in on the unsticky side, like that way first. And then I'm going to grab my pick. I'm going to pull off the tissue tape. Like that. I'm going to stick this V, this is the sticky side, I'm going to stick this V down into the gap and open it up. Stick it down. Okay? Once again, so unsticky together, pull off the backing, or glue this down, y'all, or ATG it, whatever makes you happy. I just love score tape, so I'm going to fold it into a V, like that. And then the V goes down into the gap. I line it up and stick it down. Just like that. Okay, now I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to go in from this corner. I'm going into it. So I'm going into this corner and I'm going into that corner. Okay, cut it. Okay, same thing here. One to this corner, into that corner, cut it. Corner to corner. Corner to corner. Okay, all right. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my score tape and my knife. And once again, I'm using 1/4 inch score tape. I don't know if I've said that yet. And I'm going to just do the tips first. Okay, I'm going to pull those backing. So I'm going to see if I can get this going real quick, like that. Okay, I'm going to pull the tape backing, fold it down, burnish, push in the tips. Okay, pull the tape backing. Push it down, burnish, push in the tips. Okay. Pull the tape backing, push it down, burnish, push in the tips. Okay. Pull the tape backing, pull it down, burnish, and I'll have a tip there and that one. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put tape, score tape on each of the flaps. And the best way I found to do this is start on one end. You can see where I'm going here with that. Let me fold it up a little bit so you can see it. So I'm doing that angle like that. And then I'm going to cut it off. And then this is ready to go for this side. So you just go down with it, cut it, and then same thing, just keep going around the block. This one to there, cut it, this one's ready to go down here to there. Can y'all see it? Yep, okay. Okay, so they're ready. So that's really it, you guys. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to take two sides and I'm going to pull up two sides of it directly across from each other. I'm going to put them down on top of itself and then burnish. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. Pull this up and pull it down. like that, and burnish. And then over here, and over here, and pull it down like that. Burnish those in. Okay, and then, so that's good, like that. So you got 2 finished sides and 2 open edges. And then I'm going to pull this one, and I'm going to pull this one. I'm going to line up one of the sides like that. I'm going to put this into that hole, this into this, okay? That goes in there, and I'm folding the side over and down, okay? Same thing over here, pulling this up, pushing it in, level, and then pushing this over. Sorry y'all, my screensaver's going off. It makes nice bird sounds. So same thing over here. I'm going to pull this backing up, I'm putting it into the box and pushing it down. Okay, easy box. So like the girls were saying last night, if you want to paint the inside of this, you could do it. If you want to mat it just with pieces of paper, 3.5 by 3.5, or probably 3 1/4 by 3, well, 3 3/8 by 3 3/8, mat the inside, you could do that. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some score tape. Not score tape, some tissue tape. Sorry. No, I'm not. I'm going to do the inside first. Sorry. See, I'm already off. Okay, so I'm going to take my thing, my trimmer, and I am going to cut my second piece of paper. And I'm going to cut it at 10 1/8. Hold on one second, I'm sorry. I'm going to make a 10 1/8 by 10 1/8 inch square. So 10 1/8 by 10 1/8. Okay. And then I am going to take my scoreboard. I'm going to score it at 3 3/8. And then I'm going to score it again at 6 3/4. So I'm going to turn my paper so it was that way. Sorry, did y'all see that? So I'm going to turn my paper again. I'm going to score it once again at 3 3/8 and 6 3/4. Okay, then I'm going to put this away. And you can grab your scissors. I'm going to turn this around because I can see it better. And then I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to cut on those lines with glasses. Oh, here they are. Good. Got glasses coming up. I'll take my glasses and I'm going to cut on those scored lines. I'm going to cut these 4 corners out. So I'm cutting on this line. Y'all can see that? Yeah. I'm making that cross. This is going to be the lining paper for the inside of the box. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some score tape. I'm going to put, cover the tips. And then in the center of the bottom of the box, I'm just going to put some on the bottom. Just hold it into the bottom. Probably overkill with the tape, but it's okay. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it up, get it ready to go in. And then I'm going to pull the score tape off the bottom first and leave the other side. So then I'm going to take this, I take my box, and I'm going to see which one I want to be the front. I want this to be the front, so I'm going to put this way and down in. Okay, just like that. And that was our problems last night. We just didn't have that right measurement. Because what I was trying to do is I really wanted this to come down a little bit further, because you can see that right. Where can you see that? Right there. This down a little bit further, so it won't sit up on the edge, because we're going to put tape on it. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and pull off my tape backing, which is kind of, you know, takes a little maneuvering, but I think it works. Take that and put it in. And take it down. This one. Oops. And pull it in and tape it down. Somehow I get to this. First of all, I can't see it. Okay. I'm going to tape it down. And one last one here. So I'm wanting to do it that way. Okay, and tape that down. Okay, so that lines the box really nicely. Okay, and once again, that was a Tim Holtz move. He was the one that I took one of his classes, and he was saying you should line your configuration boxes this way, which is really cool. And that way you just, it doesn't take as much time. And but anyway, and now I'm just gonna ink up the box, which is probably going to be covered by the tissue tape, but I'm just doing this because I'm just that way. I'm just going to cover up all the edges, and I'm going to distress everything. Sorry, I'm off camera again a bit. Just distressing the edges. If that makes you happy, do it. If it doesn't, don't do it. And once again, I'm using Vintage Photo. I don't think I said that. So Vintage Photo on the edges. I think it's just a fast, fun box. And you know, if you want to, just remember you could do the lid for it just by adding a 1/4 inch to the size at the top, and probably making the lid about 1.5 inches to come down. So it's basically the same thing. You're just doing a 1/2 inch. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to take my tissue tape, and I'm going to start kind of in the back. So this is going to be my front. I'm going to start kind of in here and use half the tissue tape, I think. You can kind of see it come up through, and it may not be perfect, but it'll come out okay. So I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to scoot up here so I can get to the table so you can see this. Just going around it. Meeting up with the other edge. Just turn it off. Okay. And then I'm going to take my scissors. I'm just going to go into the corner and cut. All 4 corners. And then I'm going to take this and push one side down. Kind of finishes off that rim of the box. Okay, so that's that. Just a little something on the top. You can use whatever tissue tape you'd like. I love this one. So anyway, there's that. And then what I'm going to do is put this. I'm going to just pull pieces off this. Now I'm going to go, since we made the box, this is what it's going to look like. Okay, so this way. And what I did was I added some some foundation feet from Tim Holtz, and just glued them in on the bottom of each corner, right? And then I took this piece And this is that extra piece we had here. I covered it with paper. I chopped the corners off with a 1/4 inch rounder, which looks like it's one of the We Are Memory Keepers. Oh, pass. It's this one, the 1/4 inch. Just chomped the edges of the chipboard, and then I took some of Tim's Trinket pins and glued his little letters on it, Tim Holtz letters on it, onto the ends of the Trinket pins with hot glue. And then I put a brad through that and punched a hole through with my pick where I wanted them to go, kind of laid them out first. Okay, so this is tags. And then I used a one of these fasteners and put it to the top, so I can change it out if I want to. Okay, so that's the box, you guys, and I hope you like it. And I'm so glad that we got the right measurements. So once again, the right measurements for this, for the lining paper, is going to be 10 1/8 square. So you want 10 1/8 by 10 1/8, and then you want to score it at 3 3/8, and score it again at 6 3/4. Turn it, do it again, score it at 3 3/8 and 6 3/4 again, and you got it. Anyway, that's it. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Y'all have a wonderful night. See you later.